Naysayers and fanboys are gonna have a lot to talk about today, folks. Amflow is finally available in North America and they're dropping another new update, and we're gonna get into both of those bits of news today. So let's learn all about Amflow in North America. That's right, folks. I can't think of a bike or technology or brand that has had more engagement in the last several years of doing this than the Amflow and Avinox drive unit. And finally, the bike and drive unit are going to be available in North America. So we're really excited to talk about that. Now, over the last, I don't know, close to a year, I would say, we've been paying attention. We've joined Amflow groups online, Facebook groups, just to kind of pay attention, see what people are talking about, owners, consumers, and those who are wishing to be those things. And we've got a little bit of insight for you, some things we'd like to talk to you and share with you about that before we get into the updates, which I think are equally cool. So 2 models will be available. There will be the PL Carbon, which is going to retail for $7,499 at time of filming this video. It will have an 800 watt-hour battery, just like the Amflow PL Carbon Pro, which we have here, and will retail for $10,199. Now, we'll put a link to those products as well as to the Amflow North America website, which will also have a dealer locator. We're really excited. There's a shop locally here in town, in Bend, that will have them. Also in our hometown, there'll be a couple of shops down in the Los Angeles area. Simi Valley Cycles, what's up, guys? Really stoked to see some people picking up this bike on the West Coast as well as the rest of the United States. Now, something I would like to talk about quickly, because I've seen people talking about it in these groups, is warranty. So Amflow will be offering a 5-year warranty on manufactured products. There will be a 2-year warranty extended to secondary owners, right? So the 5-year warranty extends to the original purchaser. If the bike is transferred or sold to someone else, they've got 2 years from that initial purchase date. The drive unit and battery will also get a 2-year warranty, which is through Avinox, but Amflow is an authorized retailer or reseller of that product. Some of the other components on the bike will also see various warranties from 1 to 2 years. Now, again, something that we have seen are people who have purchased this bike in North America who are stating that they're having warranty problems or issues and that they are not being covered by Amflow. And we asked about that because we were curious. And we imagine that there might be some skeptical folks out there who might be in those groups, maybe have purchased bikes already. So essentially what a lot of those replies were is, if you do not purchase the bike through an authorized distribution or retail channel, then you're technically exempt or outside the warranty coverage, because the obligation, I guess, through the retailer is to service warranties in that country of sale or their country of business operation, right? So a lot of these people are buying and importing bikes from other countries, and I'm not a lawyer, but I guess there is some legalese about not necessarily having to cover or warranty products outside. Whether they opt to make an effort or extend a handout to people in the future, now that North American operations are up and running, I am unsure of at this time, but we could see folks can now have a channel to reach out to in their home country here, if you're in North America, and deal with that. So moving into some other interesting aspects of the bike. Our drive unit here says DJI Avinox on it. You will notice, as does the display screen here, you'll notice that the bikes coming to market here will just be Avinox drive units. As time has progressed, as the drive unit, the brands, all of that have sort of solidified themselves and evolved, it sounds like DJI, Avinox, Amflow are all focusing on their own separate projects and allowing themselves to really focus on what they're doing and do it the best they can. So while our bike here does have some DJI branding on it, all future bikes will just have Avinox branding on it when it comes to e-bike drive units, batteries, and displays. So interesting bit of information there. Not going to change a whole lot from a performance standpoint. What is going to change a whole lot from a performance standpoint are the updates that are coming out also today. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys here. Some of these updates are cool. Some of them have me a bit worried. Obviously, we are big fans of e-bikes. We've been proponents of them. We ride dirt bikes, we ride motorcycles, all kinds of bicycles. So we like two-wheeled fun. We also like trail access and responsible trail usership. So I just want to preface these updates with that. We all have a lot to preserve, protect, and just a general kindness and politeness I think we all need to keep in mind when we're out there on the trails, because you as an e-bike rider represent all mountain bikers in the eyes of hikers, equestrians, etc. So let's get into the updates. So the first update is that the power of the drive unit is now set at 750 watts by default. If you opt to increase that power, you will get a notification and a display reminder that you might be outside local legislation, laws, rules, etc. So I believe this is Amflow's and Avinox's attempt to be compliant and give a drive unit that complies with, you know, North American and maybe in many other countries, laws and regulations for multi-use trails. A second component of this update is a disabling of the boost mode automatically being on the bike. Once again, if you manually opt in to this boost mode, which gives you the full 1,000 watts of peak power for anywhere from 0 to 60 seconds, depending on how you adjust it, you will also receive a warning notifying you to check your local regulations and rules as far as that level of peak power out on your trails. The third update is that you now can opt to put this bike into class 3, which increases your maximum speed. So riders who are, you know, pedaling on the road, commuting, getting to and from the trail rather than driving to the trail, which is really awesome benefit of riding an e-bike. That will help you get to and from the trail. Now again, responsible trail use comes into mind here, right? While I'm slightly nervous on one side, you know, I look in the parking lot here and I see turbocharged Ford Raptors, which have a ton of horsepower and allow drivers to well exceed speed limits on the roads and drive carelessly and recklessly. So, you know, I can't entirely put or point a finger at them, because anyone can ride, drive, or do things that are against the laws and the rules. So I just would, if I could, ask you folks to be responsible trail users, to be considerate. If you have private property or you're riding on the road where class 3 is able and legal to be used, take advantage of that really awesome feature. Just be courteous and cautious of other folks out on the trails. We certainly don't need people getting hurt as speeds increase and more trail users are out there. So I'll get off the soapbox now. The final update is an update to the real-time tune feature, which is something we covered in our last video. Now, basically what that means is it's sort of like a micro tune feature that you can do on the fly. We have programmed our right-hand side power buttons or mode selector display buttons to give power up or power down. And before, it was kind of just an unknown amount. You didn't really know what you were doing. Now on the display screen, you will get basically assistance levels every time you increase power or decrease power by, you know, pushes of that button in the mode that you have selected them to be oriented, whether that's a long press or a single press. You will actually get some feedback to let you know how big of a change you're making in that micro tune feature. All right, folks, so there you have it. The Amflow is finally here. The Avinox drive unit is finally gonna be getting people out on the trails here in North America. Let us know what you think about this thing finally being available and what you think about this most recent update. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you found anything useful or entertaining, we would be greatly appreciative if you considered subscribing to our channel and staying tuned for a lot more fun videos out on the trails. Thanks for watching. See you next time.